Hi everyone, welcome to How to Reseller with me, John O'Rowe. I am the CEO of JPorts and I grew my business, multi-million dollar business from the ground up, starting from stealing my neighbor's internet connection about 10 years ago. That's right. Now, today we're learning about how to write the perfect ad. This is important, everybody, and using the right words, phrasing everything, explaining everything is very very important when you're writing up a text base, or even when you're explaining something when doing a sales pitch. Writing the perfect ad, like doing a sales pitch, is important, and will really translate into sales and things moving quickly for you. Okay, so to get started, let's just have a look at some words that we use. Okay, so watch words that you use. Okay, now you've got to try to put a more positive spin on everything and forget about the general descriptions of items. If you show them a bag and you say, look at this bag, it's brown. It's not very exciting. You can say way more positive words. If you're not sure, even use a thesaurus. And you can make better use of your words, make people more entertained by reading your ads, and that will translate into better sales, more clicks, and higher higher margins as well. So, for example, when we use the word, for example, cracks. When we have a bag, let's say a Neverfull or something, and it has cracks everywhere, it's a scary word that puts a lot of people off. So maybe sometimes maybe you can add something to this, and instead of saying cracks, you can say hairline cracks. Now, hairline cracks then just diffuses the word a little bit more. Hairline cracks, like most cracks, are the size of a hair anyway, so you can describe most cracks as a hairline crack anyway. It diffuses the word and it makes it sound a little bit more friendly. And so people that sometimes they just see the word crack and they're like, nope, I'm out, no worries. Well, if you're buying bags with cracks, you've probably lost them anyway. However, if you're maybe marketing to a more general person who's like, okay, well, like they're just hairline cracks, they're small, then you can feel good about that. I would also probably think about, instead of words as well. For example, like if you're going to say small, you can say cute instead. It's a little bit like someone who's reselling a house, right? Like if it's a really dirty place, you can say that it's a renovator's dream or something like that. Just kind of keep those words in mind, keep those terminologies in mind. It's a project bag or something. You could probably do a little bit better or something like it's a bag renovator's dream. There we go. So also the sandwich technique is important when you're describing something negative about a bag. For example, yeah, it's got hairline cracks. Now we've used cracks and we've diffused a little bit, but if you go, this bag has hairline cracks, it does not sound good. So always when you have something negative, please sandwich it in between something positive and something positive. You start with something positive, you slide into the negative part, it's been disclosed now and they do understand, and then you re-emphasize something positive again. I don't have much room to write things, but shining monogram is something like, for example, if you're selling a Louis Vuitton bag and it's monogram, most monogram is shining anyway. You can also just shine it up a little bit yourself, create a positive, and you're like, this bag has beautiful shining monogram, which is just emphasized a little bit with some hairline cracks along the edges. However, the price is fantastic. So then you just emphasize again with and you can even just say that it's fantastic, even if it isn't perhaps, but you can emphasize the price is fantastic. And it should be fantastic because it does have cracks anyway. So you say this is a beautiful bag with shining monogram. However, there are a few little hairline cracks, but the price on this is absolutely insane. It's fantastic. So already people are almost forgetting the fact that it does have cracks. Sure, you've mentioned it, and usually the word crack is a word that make people run for the hills. However, your wording is important when writing an ad, and using the sandwich technique and maybe diffusing some negative words is very important when you're doing that. So there you go. That isn't really quite the end of this episode. I think we should probably focus a little bit more on actually making your visuals on your ad look a little bit more exciting too. Now, when you're writing an ad, I use emojis. Emojis can seem a little bit childish, and sometimes too many emojis can just seem annoying as well. But it's very, very easy if you're using a phone. Of course, emojis are very easy. You've got your emoji keyboard right there. If you're on a PC, which I use because I find writing ads up on a PC is faster and more time efficient, especially when adding up good quality photos, is when you're on the PC, and I use a Windows. You press the Windows key and the full stop button, and you can get up a little, it's not, there we go. So I'm sorry that you can't see this right now, but you get a emoji keyboard come up if you press the Windows key and full stop. That way you can use all your favorite emojis right at a click of a button, and they add a lot more fun. Dot points, you can put the dot points there. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very easy to add a lot more visuals to your ad, and people will instead, when just think as they're scrolling down, they see a nice photo that you've made, and then they see attractive and easy to use text. If you just use all text without proper spacing, without paragraphs, they're like, too long, didn't read, or I don't know, no, I'm just gonna pass, because the price seems a little bit expensive. But even if your price is a little bit on the higher end and it's an easy to read and maybe even fun read, they're gonna sit down, they're gonna read it, and the more they read, the more invested they are into buying your product. And so yeah, if you can add a couple of little jokes in, make it more fun, then more people are gonna start reading your ads just for fun, just because they like to imagine that they could buy the bag. Then they start thinking about it. Then they might just start buying the bags. So that is something that I use, and I also use a copy text base down the bottom. I'll just show you one right now. So let's open up my little background right here, and we are in. Let's go over to Louis Vuitton. Etsy is a good place to sell items. I find I've got a decent following there, and so and also, like, what you can do is, if you've written a lot of ads, or you find someone that you think their ads are also very good, please don't steal their ads or steal their wording, but take their ads and use them as inspiration and structure. I think I was the first person to start adding emojis back, I think it was like 3 years ago in the Etsy group, and now everybody always adds that. Jono, I wonder if I have a speedy in here. I sure do. Okay, well, this one has maybe too many. I was saying too many emojis. This one has a whole bunch of emojis. Oh, it's actually not too bad. Okay, so it is spaced out a little bit. The price is an emoji, so it bounces out at you a little bit. You can see right down here, I have my copy paste that I always use. I keep my SEQ number right here as well. So I always, like, every bag that I have has a tag on it. And if you want to read my SEQ number, it's very, very simple. This is the C number. This is my 3rd series, and this is the 15,488th item that has come into JPorts and we've sold. This one is not sold, unfortunately, though. However, you've got, unicorn time. Get people excited. Use those emojis. Keep it fun. Keep it pleasant. Keep it so they know that you're a fun and pleasant person, and so they want to contact you and even talk to you about it. And they're expecting a fun and pleasant person to talk to as well. There we go. Condition is good. Some darkening canvas on the handles. So again, we've done something positive, and then we mentioned there is some darkening on the canvas and handles, but the fish is gorgeous honey tone. See, again, we use that sandwiching technique, and that makes the ad sound a lot more easy to use, and you forget that, well, as you can see in this item, this item does certainly have some darkening, and that is something that we do need to explain as well. All the leather is soft and supple with minimal marks on the exterior. Interior does have some marks too. But while this baby has seen some day-to-day use, doesn't mean the overall strong and ready for decades more to wear. Again, we use the same sandwiching technique. We had two kind of things that we did need to mention, and we sandwiched them all in between good things. Don't go good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. Go good, bad, good, good, bad, good. That's the sandwiching technique right there. This one didn't sell, so maybe it's not the best example, but this is basically how I write all of my ads. Okay, so that's it, yeah, Reseller is a good place to sell, but of course, if you have your own group and your own page, that's always better because you're building your own brand from there. Okay, so that's pretty much it on how to write the perfect ad. Hopefully you guys get some ideas, some insights, and some inspiration on how to resell and how to get better at becoming a reseller. Okay, everybody, thank you very much. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next How to Reseller series. See you later. Bye-bye.